If I was introducing myself to all of you, I would tell you that I use the pronouns she and her because I'm a woman, and when I was your age, I used to be a girl.
And if I was introducing myself to Nadine and to everyone, I'd also use she, her pronouns.
Does anybody know what non-binary means?
It's like when you're neither female or male.
It's an umbrella term, so people can also be fluid, feel more like female, more like male, based on a different day or time. It's really individual.
Absolutely.
Everyone born with a vulva is a girl. True or false?
Or identifies as a girl. Well, not everybody is sure, and that makes sense. But our genitals actually don't determine our gender, so some people born with vulvas can be boys. A boy can wear a dress and still be a boy.
We're all on this, it's true. So you can use how you style your hair or how you get dressed to show your gender to other people, but there aren't any clothes that are exclusive to one gender.
Oh, hello everybody.
Hi!
I'm Caleb, and I'm here because I do workshops and stuff about gender, and so we're going to talk a little bit about gender.
If you were a girl when like you're little, how did you like change to become like a boy?
So in my 20s, for my personal journey, I started with hormones, which is what changed my voice a bit, and it changes your body a little bit. Yeah.
Like now that you have a bit of a beard.
Yeah. So that is because I'm on testosterone, which, you know, when you're you go through puberty. So I basically went through a second puberty when I was in my 20s, which is, I know if you go through puberty once, it's enough, but I went through two.
Do you still take hormones?
Yeah, since some people will go on it for a little bit and then go off of it, but for me, I have to take it, it's a shot, it's an injection, and I have to do it every week.
So like, do you have male or female parts?
I'm sure a lot of people ask, or a lot of people are wondering that. For me personally, I have had top surgery, which means that I had, the technical term is a double mastectomy. So I did have my breasts removed, so I have scars here on my chest. And then I really only talk about kind of what's in my pants if people are getting in there. So to the general public, you know, people don't need to know what's in your pants. People don't need to know what's in my pants.
What about things that could happen if you masturbate, since some people consider masturbation a form of self-love?
What does masturbate mean?
It's basically when you touch yourself for sexual pleasure, so a lot of people like to touch or stimulate their genitals in a way that feels good. So if we're thinking about wanting to have sex with another person, oftentimes not, because you can make yourself feel good on your own, so you don't really need to have sex with somebody else.
You might feel comfortable masturbating way before you feel comfortable having sex with another person.
Absolutely.
Another true and false is a person's orientation does not change throughout their lifetime.
That's right, it's false. So for some people, they have the same orientation their entire lives, but for other people, it's more fluid, which means that it can change or evolve over the course of their lives.
And all of that is totally normal. Yeah. Our next true or false is everyone knows their orientation by the time they're about 12 years old.
That's right, it's false. Some people know their sexual orientation when they're really young. Some people, it happens when they're around your age. Some people don't figure out their sexual orientation until they're well into adulthood.
So it's totally fine if you feel confused about your orientation or don't have it all figured out yet.
We have two really exciting guests today, and they have the best names.
Their names are Facelift and Fluffy Souffle, and they're gonna help us learn more about orientation and attraction.
So you guys are really lucky. Orientation is a fascinating topic.
Hi, I'm Facelift. I use the pronouns she and her, and I'm queer identified.
And I am Fluffy Souffle. I use they, them, because I'm a non-binary performer, and I also identify as queer. But what does queer mean to you? It means a lot to different people.
Yeah, for me it means limitless potential. It could be whatever it is that I feel or want to be.
What are some other sexuality terms that people identify as?
Asexual.
Asexual, yeah. And that means that it's somebody that might have romantic interests, but they don't have sex. They generally. Any others?
Gay.
Gay, totally.
Lesbian?
Yes, lesbian for sure.
That's what I was gonna say.
Nobody's mentioned straight.
Single?
Single, totally. Yeah, you can be single and anything.
All of the above?
All of the above.
Exactly.
For sure.
In other words, LGBTQ.
Yes.
Plus.
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 Yeah. Trans is in that LGBTQ plus, but trans in itself is not a sexuality. So I'm trans, but that has nothing to do with who I date. It's who I am, which was a hard part for me growing up because I wasn't sure who I was. So it was hard for me to think about who I wanted to be with when I didn't know who I was. Yeah.